Hey everybody, this is Asher back with more Starsector, where we're picking up right where we left off. I have a Falcon, which is really exciting because that is my second sort of cruiser level ship. Falcons are more of a support ship than the backbone of your fleet, but at least for the time being, any ship that I can get is an improvement. I do want to get a second Heron eventually, but our goal today is going to be to fly all the way up to Orobas to do this Tritachyon thing. We have 50 days to get there, and we need to find something around a probe that's orbiting a barren world in the star system. Hopefully we can do that. Hopefully that's not going to be too much of an issue, because we've got kind of some other goals on our mind here. But let's go ahead and just get flying, because this is I'm recording at the same session as I was last time, and we have an emergency burn as somebody's coming after us. I think the Independents are not very happy with us sort of buying out the black market. So let's jump before they can get us. Too bad. Oh, we actually have Analyze a Derelict Ship mission as well. You'll see that I have a tendency... Ooh, not only is it a derelict ship, but it's a derelict ship en route. So we'll accept that one. We're not going to take that one first. But we do have 120 days. That's a lot of money. And one of the reasons that money is very important is not just because this is a game where money comes into play quite a bit. We did find a really good system to with two really good 100% planets. When I say 100%, I'll talk about what that means in a little bit. But we did find some really good planets for a potential colony in Elsbeth, which is pretty close to the core worlds, and I do want to think about making a colony. We actually have some yellow stars over here that's on my to-do list to explore as well from the map, so we may get those on the way back. And I think actually one of these missions is taking us to a yellow star as well, so we may even get some more. Yeah, we are actually going to Murmur as well. So we're going to get 3 yellow star systems for survey data. Survey data is just a really good thing to get because it saves money, and since we're in the it gives good money, and since we are in the default game, selling that survey data is not going to get other people to colonize it. If you're playing with some other mods like Nexrillion, I think it's called, you can get people to actually buy it. But we're gonna just fly here, try to avoid some of these things, and turn off the transponder because we're out of the core worlds. But we're getting a little bit of money. We're getting like 4,000 per. That's like the tiniest ass allowance ever. But what's going to end up happening is that eventually we're going to want to build a colony. And my goal for building a colony is having 1,000,000 credits saved up. And doing missions kind of building on top of each other like this is a great way to work towards that. Now, there's some other ways that we can get money as well. Accepting a commission from somebody would keep us getting that monthly stipend, which I think is going to last for another 2 or 3 years. Increasing reputation, everything. But the other thing that I need to get is right now this group is pretty good for the start, especially for where we're at in the game right now. But it's not really like it's not strong enough to defend a colony, because when you build a colony, you attract attention. I did say from the Ludic Path or Ludic Church before, but you also attract attention. It's a little dicey to get through. I think there's a spot in the middle here. But you attract attention possibly from other factions. If you start out competing with them, they will do economic expeditions to try to take out your resources. But more important, I guess we're going to fly here and just use our excess supplies that we know we have excess supplies of. But pirates will also start to raid you. So what you need to do before you get your starbase and system set up here, and we'll talk all about that when I build a colony, because there's really good resources available on colony building. I should have just gone left and gone out of here, but we're going to go like this. What you also need to do, is I'm letting myself take a ton of damage here. Our fleet's okay, but it's a little stinky. But you need to have a fleet that's strong enough to ward off pirate people that will try to destabilize and possibly even take out your colony before you can fully establish it. So that's going to be one of our goals here, is to simultaneously raise 1,000,000 credits as well as building up our fleet a little bit. Like, I want to get another Falcon or Eagle. I'd love to get an Apogee, which I know I could have started with, but Tritachyon will sell those, or they'll appear on the black market from time to time. Let's see here. But once again, our goal is kind of to play around on the edge of the map. I really did that. But our goal is to play on the edge of the map a little bit. Is that a dual star system with dual yellow stars? Okay, that's a white dwarf and a yellow star. But we want to go to Oberus first, which is a white dwarf. But one of the reasons we're playing on the edge of the map here is because there tends to be really good explorations here. You can see we have a distress signal coming from that star system as well. So we have enough supplies to do a survey if it comes down to it. Hopefully we'll get some more supplies as we kind of go around here. But we do have a planet over here. So we'll see what this does, or if we're about to get waxed by whatever is on the other side of the system. We have an unidentified entity. We have a barren world, which is probably where the probe is. Let's see what's over here. We have a barren world. We have a Lasher class frigates available. So we get some salvage here. We're not going to recover that. But yeah, anything we can do to get supplies, heavy machinery, it's going to be kind of the same recipe as last time. I actually need to, while I'm here, go ahead and use these mod specs. So high resolution sensors, which is good. EMC package reduces weapon range reduction due to superior enemy electronic warfare. And integrated point defense AI, which is pretty valuable as well. Looks like we can see one of our probes just hanging out around here. So we have our Dominion. We have 2 Dominion era probes. Now these probes are nice because typically they will give you information for larger ships. But if we run the sensor package here, we get 80,000. We get improved with Tritachyon here. We do have to engage the defenses, which hopefully won't cost us too much of an issue here, but it gives us a chance to test out our ships. This should be enough. And if we are successful, we should be able to get back our everything. All right, so I'll have the 2 carriers with me. So there's point 1, point 2, 3. So we have lasers that we can kind of scan in the middle here. We don't want to like rush too hard into this though. So these are tiny. This shouldn't be too big of a problem. We have some point defense lasers going. Yeah, talk about overkill. We deployed a little too much. So there's 1, 2, and can we get the missiles in range? Kind of. We do have afterburners on this though, which is one of the nice things we're trying to chase the guys down, because I didn't take any fast ships to kind of pull these guys on. But unfortunately, it looks like this engagement's going to take a little bit longer. Nope, because we have our ships flying from the Heron, so that's fine. That's really good. That's why I want another Heron. So pick through the wreckage. More supplies is great, so we do get kind of a net profit here. An arbalist autocannon, those are good. I'll get some light mortars as well. You know, we'll just take everything for now. And then when we explore here, we got a location of a derelict domain era survey ship. So that's a really big positive, because that's intel that does not go away. And sometimes those have AI cores sitting on them. But we're kind of going to do the same dance as last time. We take all of our stuff. I don't know why I didn't just say take everything. But we have 1 probe here. So if we look at our new here... Ooh! Well, I guess we're going to be doing some survey damage over here today. We'll see if we have another character point to spend, so gotta do it this way. See, the exploration and all that stuff, it leads to some combat sometimes. So we'll take a look at the other probe here, and we get another survey ship. That was not being guarded by anything, so that's a positive. Take everything and run. And where's your survey? Oh, wow. It's probably the same ship in my experience. But we are going to go over here. So maybe it's not. Last seen by this probe orbiting a barren world, and yeah, this is probably the same ship, but it's more experience, so we can go over here, and then we have another mission, one right there, but actually wants to look at a domain era probe. Is orbiting a barren world in Orbos. I did just complete that. Okay, so analyze the derelict ship in this yellow system. So we're just going to go bloop, 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 and then work our way back down. I know that's the professional sound that we make here. I'm going to do a sensor burst just to make sure I'm not missing anything. Doesn't look like it. I can salvage that, but it's not a good idea. I don't really want to lose my crew because we are running a little tighter on supplies than before, so I may not be able to do the surveys I wanted to make unless these derelict ships have some supplies all over them. So where's our intel here? We got to go down here. And our exploration 2 days ago, and this is Delta Tamal star system. All right, so shouldn't be too far. Hopefully it's not being guarded by anything nasty, which could totally be happening here, because when you have yellow star systems like this on the edge of the map, sometimes you get happy little beacons, and those happy little beacons have lots of happy little remnant ships available. And I can take on the tiny remnant ships right now, but I don't really want to take on like everything else. So let's see here. We've got a Dominion era probe. We have a gas giant and a barren world, and we have another barren world. So we're gonna go west, then east, because we've got to watch our supply here. But this is a good start. This is where exploration's really nice, because it can keep sustaining us as we kind of sift through the stars. That one didn't have anything for us this time, but I'm not desperate enough to attempt to double salvage. I don't know if there's any other hostiles here. There might or might not be. We do have a resource ping down here. So there's one of the survey ships we were talking about, and we have an unsurveyed planet too. So as we get up here, the survey ship can lead to like finding info on a mothership, which would be good. But the fleet approaches the domain era survey ship left from the initial domain exploration fleet of the sector. The ancient domain era automated survey ship has been ravaged by centuries of exposure to charged particles and high velocity impacts from interstellar dust. Some systems appear to be nominally active, and we got data for Alpha Tamal 1, 2, 3, and 4, and so that's okay. Salvage here, and the important thing is that we get experience. We actually got a lot of supplies and some volatiles, so that's good. So if we go back out here, Alpha Tamal, so we have survey data here. We now know it's 4 barren systems, so we weren't really concerned about that, but we're not going to worry about it either. Let's go ahead and do a ping here, just because sometimes there's a happy little big ship somewhere else. But yeah, this is how we get supplies to be really, really available here, is we just keep on exploring, keep adventuring, keep finding stuff. Like, we kind of have a debris field in the asteroid field over here. So I'm going to do another sensor ping in just a second, just to make sure there's not like a mining station hiding somewhere around here. There's not. But we have another ship, so that's the most important thing. So we have our gas giant, which is actually has these little blue things behind it are because we have jump gates that are behind these things. We have a tiny monthly income. There's our other domain era probe. That's not what I was looking for. Salvage operations. Okay. So let's sit here for just a second. Let's look at our intelligence. And this does happen sometimes, so it's not that big of a deal. Is that sometimes those probes will be like, look for the ship. It's the same ship. So pretty much that is exactly what happened there, is that we got the same ship available. So that's okay. We are going to go ahead and autopilot to here if I can remember the right button to click. We're not going to deal with that too much. So it looks like this is a little bit of a bust. Maybe not too big of a bust. I'm going to ping just to make sure. Alright. It doesn't cost anything to ping other than making yourself light up for anybody else who might be looking to pick off some unsuspecting ships out in space. And since we do have a debris field up here, I might as well visit it. Sometimes there's other ships available, especially since we're on the edge of the map. What I'm really looking for is blueprints, because we want some of those as well, and this is literally nothing. Okay. But we do have plenty of fuel. We do have a much better sense of supplies now, so that's nice. And we're pretty good on money. Let's see what's over here. Maybe we can afford to survey something. But yeah, sometimes that's where sometimes, especially yellow stars and multi-star systems, don't end up paying out very much in terms of looking for colonies. But we'll persevere. Since I can just go around all this, I could thread the needle in the middle, but we got to go just a little more south anyway. I'm a little concerned about being out here exposed for pirates, which is one of the reasons I was like, you know what, I probably should save since we're at an hour, because if I get blasted out of the sky, that's a... Ooh, we gotta ping up here. Let's see what's over here real quick. But I don't want to... okay, it's just a mud skipper. We'll salvage it, but I don't want to lose like all of my progress for like a whole video just because I get like totally wrecked. It's one thing to be like, okay, we're gonna play through adversity that happens, but it's another thing to be like, I've just done a really good episode for a bunch of time, and then I make a stupid mistake because I've been playing too much and I like accidentally get sucked in a black hole or literally just misplay something stupid. That's the kind of stuff that I was like, yeah, that's why I need to save from time to time in case I do something ridiculous. And that's stuff that can happen sometimes when you fly all the way out here. But if I get dealt a bad hand, like I said, it's really hard to actually like game over in this game. You just kind of got to build yourself back up. We have a distress signal from the Johannine star system, which is not this one. It's down here. Okay, so we're not gonna. That's totally a trap, by the way. So Murmur, we don't have another beacon here, but we do have a debris field nearby. What kind of planets do we have? A cryptovolcanic, a desert world, a volcanic world, and a volcanic world. So this is five planets in a system around a yellow star system. Desert world we are going to survey because we have the resources for it. But let's see here. Volcanic world, we have 2 volcanic worlds available. So let's go by here after we investigate this. So good salvage opportunity. We lost 3 heavy machinery, but we get some other stuff. And I'm not exactly sure how the loot distribution here is placed. Sometimes if it's like random or if it is generated based on when you... Oh, there's actually some ruins on that volcanic world. Fascinating. Okay, survey. This is 125 on the standard scale, which is what I was talking about before. If I were to colonize this, it would have 25% base cost, which is actually still acceptable. But we have that's hot because it's a desert world and it has extreme weather. So perform the survey. Survey says moderate ore deposits, poor farmland, but it does have farmland, and scattered ruins. So this is class 3, not super valuable, except that we know there's ruins on here. And sometimes ruins have really good shit in them. Like that. That's a synchrotron or core. What? Oh god, this is one of the words that when I play this game silently, I never read it, so I never had to really figure out how to say it, but synchrotron, I'll figure it out later. A specialized nanoforge loaded with firmware and seed nanotech to build itself out into a synchrotron that allows industrial scale antimatter production. Must be installed in field production facility to be utilized. So this is really good because it will increase fuel production, which is something I will want to do, but that's not as valuable as the nanoforge. So I will totally sell one of these. And that's a really good cash injection. This is why I like to do exploration, because this will take us a lot closer to actually getting where we need to get to build a colony. So we're a big step closer. That's really exciting. I could try to survey this volcanic world. It starts to make me think about like, do we want to risk the biscuit and see if this takes 55 supplies. It's probably too rich, but you see, this one costs 250. It's extreme heat, extreme tectonic activity, and toxic atmosphere. This is one of the higher planets I've ever seen. I've seen it go up to like closer to 300, but 250 is about the most you'll see here. So if this is a mining planet, it better be like worth it. It better be like rich and abundant resources. And then there's actually some ruins on here as well. So there's our quest probe, because it doesn't look like we're getting too much else out here. So Lasher class frigate. We got another contact over here. So 70,000 more money. And salvage for fun. Doesn't have too much on it. This volcanic world, by comparison, also 250. Turns out volcanic worlds are hardcore. Alright. I think we're mostly done here. I did pause the sensor burst. So we got possibly a few things around these stars. Let's sustain burn for a second. We are hanging dangerously close to the corona. But right now I'm not like in mind for anything else. We're not going to get the mule. I probably could have taken it, but because we do want a little bit more cargo capacity, and I've been saying that for a while, but I just felt like saying no. And what's over here? This, like, sometimes these places are gonna kind of have a jackpot for supplies, but maybe not this one. Minor supply cache could be really good. Has a dram. That was really minor. Okay, that's not worth it. Not worth the emergency burn we just did. Alright, so anything else here? We have, I think what I'm going to do, because I'm probably, now that I did that emergency burn, I'm probably going to be out of the ability to survey here, is we'll go visit these guys, and then I think I'm going to get the resources available to start trying to survey these two planets. I want to know what's there, because just because Elsbeth, wherever it is, right here, is a good colony doesn't mean it's the best colony. And technically I can colonize all over the place. It's just that you want to make sure your colonies can support each other, because you don't want to get overrun by like pirate raids going all over the place. It doesn't take too much to build up your colony to where it can defend itself. But yeah, like I'm a little low on fuel. I think you need to have a base 200 supplies to even do a survey. I'll need to double check that, but let's get back home and see if I can find some of the other stuff, because we have money. And when I say other stuff, I don't just mean getting money, because we're going to have a lot of cash on hand. It also means that I need to find out if I can end up getting resources for ships and stuff, because we may have a few more missions to do. Once I get 1,000,000 credits, I'm going to start working towards getting a colony together. But I do have a place that would be really good to colonize. I just need to figure out if those other yellow star systems that are close are going to be even better. So we have here some more ships that are kind of on the horizon, and one of them looks like it's hostile, and it's running with our transponder off. So somebody's trying to get somebody here, and they did. So we'll just let them fight it out. I'm not gonna mess with that. We're actually really close to Adisea, but I think I'm just short on my ability to survey it. So let's go check back in first, see what we can sell. And like I said, being able to pump out more fuel is okay, certainly if we're trying to build up the economy of the planet, but it's not nearly as important as getting a nanoforge. And even a corrupted nanoforge is good enough, but a pristine nanoforge is great, because one thing you can do in a colony, and it makes sense, but if you're not familiar with this game, you might not know this, is that you can build a supply depot for yourself, and your planet will actually get, like, okay, you can store stuff there, but also your planetary economy will make supplies for you, will get fuel for you, will, I think, make machinery for you. So we don't want to do the fringe jump point. But see, we got a few more missions here. We'll pop into here and see kind of who we can sell to. Transponder on for sure. This isn't really close to a lot of where I want to go to, but we'll go in here. Alright, like I want to go visit our independent planet over here, and that's where I'll do a big sale. But since we're here, we actually have analyzed the domain error probe 80 days, and that's really actually en route to surveying both of these. So these are both independent missions. The mining station may actually have some really good stuff on it. So I'm going to accept both of these. Yeah, I am a big fan of exploration early, so if that's not the gameplay style that you like, I understand. There's a lot of different ways to play this. This is just the way I play mine. Like, I did start with 2 hammerheads, And even though there are a lot of bounties available, and some of them I can definitely do, what I'd really like to do is get big enough. Oh, well, we're not looking to quarrel with you. We're going over here. What I do want to be able to do, take 506 units for 40,000. That's pretty good, but kind of the opposite direction we want to go. But what I do want to be able to do eventually is pass stuff on here. So that's 400,000. It's hard to get top dollar for selling some of this stuff, especially on the open market. But if we look at just what they have for sale here, they do have another Heron for 200,000. On the black, ooh, I did say I wanted an Apogee. And I think I'm going to go ahead and get this, because the Apogee is just a lot of fun, and these things are hard to find. And it has no demods. So this is going to be kind of my frontline main ship here, the 8. And that means my next goal is to get a second Heron, but I am going to buy this right away. So, hooray! Good stuff. Sorry if we piss you off on the black market, but that's just how it's going to be. Now, the Apogee here. The Apogee is a ship that is really tanky. It has really good shields. It has a weird-ass weapons display. It used to be overpowered as hell, but it's not now. It means we need to actually get some more named pilots as well. But it does have surveying equipment, which reduces heavy machinery and supplies required to perform surveys. This is kind of like your Starship Enterprise. It's big, it's tanky. It has some weapon capability, but it's mainly a good exploration ship, which means I would have been more efficient doing this early, but it also has high-resolution sensors. And these are base mods. These are automatically on here. But we also want to put some of our other base mods on here. Like we want to put the integrated targeting unit. We want to put the advanced optics on here. Those are good. And if we do have a large energy hardpoint, which is going to be kind of our main way for damage here, because our missiles are kind of all over the place. And we do have a plasma cannon, which is range 700. Plasma cannon eats a lot of stuff, does damage versus shields, armor, and hull. It's fast. It has pretty good refire delay. I think that's worth my time. See how much that takes though? 30, but it's a large point defense. It's a large here. We have a small and we have a large missile display as well. Locust or Typhoon is my question here. The Locust has limited ammo, 600, a large short-range guided missile system used to launch large numbers of projectiles to overwhelm and cripple enemy fighter squadrons in a single salvo. This does have a limit of 600. Or we could do the Salamander MRM, which, how much? It takes 10 ordnance points. Well, that's MRM. We want to do large here, so we're going to do the Locust for now. Locust is good. There's better. There's much better that I can do here. Then we have some medium lasers on the back. We don't always want to be dealing with medium lasers on the back, but I don't have a lot that I can buy here either. What about small lasers? We actually don't have a lot available here right now, so I do need to go to another planet to maybe buy some more shit. So we're not going to do the full auto fit yet, but weapon group right here. Plasma cannon 1, missiles 2. That just kind of fits. How's our crew looking on our fleet? We're under crew strength again, so we need to buy some crew. We'll recruit some legit crew because we have money for it. Yeah, it's exciting when we get all this stuff available. And let's go ahead and take a look real quick at the. You know what? I'm even so excited. I'm just going to sell you all my metals, just to make it look like we're on the up and up. I'll sell my synchrotron core to somebody else. Oh wow, this one actually doesn't have a black market. Or yes, it does. The black market's just kind of useless because they have machine guns and everything else. But yeah, got one of my favorite ships early on. That's really, really nice. I am going to need to buy some fuel, but we'll figure that out later. Let's go ahead and repair our ships, open the comm directory. Like, we have a mercenary officer here. Let's see what you got. Depends. What can you do? Missile specialization, carrier, and strike commander. I might go ahead and hire him. He's steady. And then we can also hire this mercenary officer. I want somebody who's better at gunning. That's good. What? Am I actually limited on the number of people that I have? I think I am. So in that case, if we look at our, what's the screen for it? Like we want to drop somebody in here. Yeah, that's a little embarrassing. Hector, who we can level up. I think we will put you in there for now, because we may be able to use you in something else later. But let's level up our crew, because that's pretty exciting here. So let's level you up. Combat endurance is good. So that's good. And then we want you to just be a carrier specialist. Let's see here. Carrier commander, faster fighter replacements is really nice. We also want to get wing commander up. So that's good. I'm going to put you here, though, because you are more of our blasty person. And then the thing about this guy is that we can let him level up and we'll figure it out. In fact, I'm going to level him up in the dram. That's fine. So we do have a few ships. We don't have a lot of officers available. I'm pretty sure that's as I increase level, but it may also be because I got to increase like my strength and ability here. But I do want to see what's... Well, we're going to go sell over here. So that picket might come after us. Maybe not. But yeah, if we look back at, let's go ahead and rearrange our fleet. We have 62 ordnance points left. But yeah, that's a big ship. Once again, max burn is 8, but it is better. This is objectively better for surveying. So, Apogee get, what a world. The clock is ticking for some of the surveys I want to do though, and we are losing supplies fast because we got to get our combat readiness up, but it's fine. We're going to sell our stuff down here, and then we will go back up. And the reason that I take those missions immediately, even though I am flying over here for a few days, is just because sometimes you've just got to deal with the fact that if you don't take those missions now, they will disappear later. So this picket's pursuing my fleet. Allow the scan. Look, we have no contraband cargo. I guess they don't like us from last time. Dockside bar, don't want to worry about it. Hello, black market. How much are you gonna buy us for? 400,000. Great. Survey data, 5,000. Great. Volatiles, that much. Great. These, great. Sell my AI core for that much. Maybe. I may just hold on to that because that's not a ton. We'll buy these. Yes. We'll buy all these. Yes. It's a lot of supplies. Maybe more supplies than I need, but that way we don't have to worry about it very much. Now, the other thing that I got to concern myself with is that I need some tiny energy weapons. And none of you guys seem to be selling tiny energy weapons. So that's going to be a little bit of an issue, at least for equipping this ship for now. Like, we are going to go ahead and put... We'll put these back here, but I do want some small energy turrets for point defense over here. So we'll just drop some vents and some capacitors for now and call it a day. Yeah, but we'll deal with that a little bit later. So this is going to be 3 and 3, and then our point defense are all going to be 4. All right. So anything else? I don't think we have to buy too much else here. We are going to look for some tiny energy weapons here and here since we got to go back over here anyway. And there's a lot of planets here. Like there's a tundra world I could try to colonize, but one of the issues with colonizing in systems that are already claimed is that it pisses off the people who've already claimed them, and we don't really want to do that, do we? So flying up here looks pretty good. And then we're going to go see if we can actually colonize some other things. Not colonize, but actually survey. What are we looking for? We're looking for this. And the independents still don't like us, but we're at 17. Com directory. The port master. That's not who we want. The administrator. So I'd like to turn in AI core. So we have this. This will give us some reputation and a little bit of money. So it's better than just outright selling. And if we say we want to be commissioned by the Persian League, sorry, it says that you don't meet our requirements. We need to be favorable, and we need to do a few more missions for them. All right. So I got some fuel. I'm going to need to buy some more fuel. I'll buy it on the up and up from you guys. I'd really like it if you guys had some little energy weapons like ion cannons. That's good. Ion cannons are probably better for point defense than other stuff. So let's see here. We go to our refit screen. We need to go ahead and dump some of the capacitors here. Yeah, ion cannons don't take nearly as much resources. You know what, in fact, let's go ahead and just ion cannon you, because I'm not going to be firing out of my butt with this ship. And then just a few vents. Alright. So, good start. We have a plasma cannon. It's at 700, but it hits like a truck. And then we have all of our ion cannons over here. So for some reason we need to fire out of the back. It'll be like that. But these this should be pretty good. It's the thing about the Apogee is that it's pretty simple to run. But we don't have too much else to do here. I just want to see what the fleets have available. They do have a Mora. I did talk about that before. They have fighter bays. They're really tanky. This one's not in very good condition, though. I think our next goal is to get a Tug and a Colossus so we can run some more stuff here. And we can actually get another Heron. And that has no D-mods. I'm going to go ahead and do it. Let's just start building up our fleet now. So we're under crew strength again. But this gives another carrier for our guy to actually fly in. So, good. So we need to buy some fleets here. But this is exactly what I said I wanted to do when I got some of this money. We want to invest some of it into our ships, and we want to invest some of it into everything else. So we got a little bit of money. We got we're gonna need some more supplies. So I don't like paying like premium for supplies, but we've pissed these guys off enough buying on the black market. I'll do it. So refit for you. Let's go ahead and auto fit this first. And what do we have here? We have a broadsword, which is nice. We have a warthog, and we have a Talon Interceptor. Now, Talons are pretty damn fast. Then these guys will fight off other ships to try to get them here. The thing is that this thing really does like fighters. And this does have fighters. We don't have a lot of turrets on you right now. So let's see if we can get... We don't need a ton of capacitors here. Let's see if we can buy just a few more ion cannons. Just because it's pretty important that we have some defenses here. And then we do like the integrated targeting unit to a point because it increases range. Where is our converted hangar? We don't need that. I hate that I always forget what these things are called, but we are getting a few more mods, so we got to start thinking about this. Point defense stuff is nice. Recovery shuttles, that's what we want. Alright. Reduces the casualties suffered by fighter pilots, because we will get casualties. So, second Heron, just like that. The AI is going to be flying this, so we want to just keep it pretty simple. Do we have any other things that we can put in here? Like, we can put in another... Okay, Talons. Talons are okay. I think I may want... Oh, Dagger takes a lot. We could put a longbow in there instead. So we have Talon Interceptor, which has a Vulcan cannon and a small swarm MRM. Light mortars, launches flares. Like if I get rid of all my capacitors and vents, like longbow bombers are really nice. Broadswords are pretty good. Do we need the integral range of energy and ballistic weapons? I'm just not sure if the integrated targeting unit actually deals with this other stuff, or deals with this stuff, but let's see here. What's the max we can get? So we can put a support fighter on here. We can get a longbow bomber. I think that's okay. Because we do want to have a little bit of that. All right, we'll see how it goes. So we have dagger, broadsword, warthog, longbow, warthog, broadsword. It's kind of funny, I don't normally run warthogs, but it's just kind of where the game's taking me right now. So that's what we're going to do. Yeah, looks good. Repair your ships. So we got 58 supplies here. Yeah, we've just upgraded our fleet by a lot, and we still have money in the bank. We are going to be eating some more supplies. We are going to be eating some more fuel, so let's go ahead and just buy a little more fuel, a little more supplies. I think that'll be enough. Because the nice thing about the Apogee, if we look at it again, it is very much an exploration ship. It does give us an increase, a pretty big bump in cargo capacity as well. So, sorry guys, I know y'all don't like it when we buy from the black market, but that's what we're going to do. So we have a derelict ship over here, we have a mining station down over here. We have 113 days to do that, but I want to survey this system first, this system second, and then we'll work our way over here. Ooh, there's actually a black hole. Black holes are really nice because often black holes, kind of like Dyson Sphere Program, sometimes they're the loot pinatas that have the things that you want. Sometimes there's some really good research stations here, but we've upgraded our fleet by quite a bit, and we haven't really been taking a ton of fights. We got a lot of fighting here, but I'm not as interested in dealing with that. So we're just gonna live and let live. And notice how much our resource usage has gone up per day now. So 4.4 per day. We've got some bigger boats on our side now. But I'm excited about the Apogee. But let's see if we... I don't know if we're going to need to take any fights. We'll see how it goes. And we did lose a little bit of a relationship here. We can build that back up. Like if we go to one of their systems and start blasting pirates, if we do want to take the commission with the Persian League, or the Persian League, then we can make that work. Unidentified contact, we're just going to let them fly on. But see, our swarm's getting a little bit swarmier. Okay, so Atasia, Yellow Star, 3 planets. And then this one, actually going to the star gets us a little closer to planets, so we'll see what this does. Like I said, Yellow Star system, these could all be barren planets, or they might not be. Let's hit tab here. So, wait, did I not? This is not where I wanted to go. Where am I on the map? Oh, wait, duh, because I haven't gone all the way in here yet. Okay, we have a desert world, and ooh, there's actually 3 colonizable planets here. We gotta sometimes let this populate all the way before the game realizes where we are. There we go. Starsector, when you play it a little bit too fast sometimes. So we have a barren bombarded world, we have a desert world, and a tundra world. And we have 3 stable locations. So if these desert worlds are good, this may be a much better candidate for colonizing, if only because, don't get me wrong, the 100% locations are really nice, but we sometimes need to have just a few more. I like having more than 2 planets in the system. Looks like we have some ruins on this planet too, so we'll see how that goes. Perform a survey. So we need to have some of the stuff available to us. This is 175, so this is not ideal. It is habitable, but it has high gravity, so that lowers accessibility, which can be a pretty nasty penalty. But we'll survey it anyway, because it could have some good stuff. Moderate ore deposits. Ooh, abundant rare resources. That's really good. Poor farmland, but still farmland and vast ruins. So this is a class 5 system. It's just a little expensive to get started here. Explore the ruins, begin salvage operations. So we get more supplies. My god, that's so many organics. Oh, that's a beta core. Oh my gosh. And a low-tech blueprint package. That gives us... Oh my gosh. We're learning that right now. We got the pirate package as well. This is like a great way to get money, but Dominator, Heavy Cruiser, Mora Carrier, these are things that we'll be able to build ourselves just because we get this stuff here. So let's go ahead and take everything. We don't need all the organics, so we're going to just dump a bunch of these here. But yeah, that's a really good get. And the beta core, we could potentially use that to run the colony, but I'm not really a big like person on that. We're not going to establish a colony yet. We need more crew for that. But yeah, good start. Dominator class, thank you. Automated repair unit, thank you. Nav relay, thank you. Beta core we'll hold on to. But yeah, if I look at my command here, we haven't done this very much here. But if we look at like doctrine and blueprints, we can build a Venture rocket cruiser now. We could potentially like upgrade to having more carriers and less warships. I can't see the I don't think it's going to let me look at view blueprints right now. Maybe it will. Ship hulls. So we have the Venture. This is low tech, but it does exist. So these are big cruisers, pretty much big missile ships that fire a bunch of shit. The Mora. And these are things that will be built to actually defend my system. So these are the automated fleets. But yeah, that's really good that we have this together, because once again, we have an eye for building. And once again, you can see these come with a ton of demods. You get rid of those by things like nanoforges, but good start. Since this is kind of a candidate place, I am going to go ahead and survey this barren world just to know what's here, because sometimes you want to set up a mining place after you've established your other colony. So we want to see what's on the barren world here, if there's anything. 200% on the standard scale, not as bad as the volcanism. Extreme heat and no atmosphere. So let's survey. Maybe it's good. Rich ore deposits, not too much. Class 1 survey, so not a lot going on here. Definitely don't want to establish a colony, but these 3 stable locations are key. It would be really nice if the other desert world here has less than... we're letting the Corona tickle our fleet a little bit. But it'd be really nice if this other desert world has something like 150. Because then that would give me something to think about versus the other 2 colonies here. So, perform a survey. Okay, it's at 125. Extreme weather, hot, but habitable. And we don't have the native population that the other Terran world has to possibly raise problems here. So, surveying. Moderate ore deposits, class 3, so kind of a milquetoast planet. It doesn't have a lot of resources, but it does exist. So it is habitable. We do have a tundra world. Right now, the 2 habitable, really good planets is where it's at. But tundra world could spell a different thing here, because that would be 3 low... Ooh, we got actually another ship on the way, perhaps. Or no, we got a Dominion era probe. A Dominion era probe. I need to learn my mouth words. Okay, what's here? Explore. We have some automated defenses. Yes, please. Let's continue here, and let's take some of our new ships out for a spin. This is fine. Let's make sure that all of our appropriate crew gets some experience here. We should get back 85%, but... So, here's the Apogee in action. We will put you guys kind of on point here. I do have some hammerheads that I do want to have as frontliners as well. But the Apogee is built to be a frontliner. We have 2 herons. Ideally, I'd like to throw 3 herons at people, but... Oh, wow, that's right, I forgot. The heron's automatic ability, if you push F, every ship has a special ability, and this guy's ability is the defense flares. So, phase laser. You kind of gotta aim it appropriately, but you can see We're doing better with flux, so this just means I need to be more skilled at this game. Wow, that's a lot of damage. Alright, so we won. Claim victory. And we blew them all up. Pick through the wreckage. We're just going to take everything for now. Alright, so what's in the probe? We got a lot of experience. Complete victory in the last engagement, so everybody gets experience, which is all very happy. We got an ultra-rich ore deposit location. We're going to begin some salvage operations. And, Cha, the Tundra World. Let's see what's here. Form a survey. Oh, this one's 100. Okay, so it is cold because it's a tundra world, but it's also habitable. Humans can survive unprotected exposure. So, what's here? Abundant organics, moderate ore deposits, sparse rare ore deposits. Oh my gosh, we can farm here. Okay, I've got to think about this, and I'll put this onto you guys on the YouTube area here just to see. We'll talk about sort of the decision here, but we have a lot of organics, moderate ore. This would be probably the place where we start, and it does have poor farmland, so it can produce food. Not a ton of food, but food. We're not gonna. We actually. Oh my God, we can drop a colony right now. I got to be careful and not accidentally hit the establish colony button. But yeah, I could put a colony right here. And if we just look one more time, we do have this other place available down here. New Biscay would be, I don't know. I have no idea what's there. And we do have this area over here as well. But I think I am at a kind of a crossroads that's good enough to start thinking about. If we look at planets that are available here. In system, we have a desert planet with extreme weather that has some moderate ore deposits that is colonizable. We have a barren planet with rich ore deposits, which is colonizable, but it's going to be expensive, maybe not worth it just for that. But we have a desert planet that's 175, that's a class 5. It will have some ruins, if I can find them. Some vast ruins, not the biggest ruins, but close to the biggest. It does have farmland, so it can produce its own food. We probably need to import stuff here. But we do have abundant rare resources, which is going to be really valuable here. And we can produce food here, abundant organics. And this is probably the planet that we'd start on. So these two planets can support themselves, and we can even have a third and potentially a fourth planet. The other option, if I can search by class of planet here, is in the Elsbeth system. We have, and I don't know if I can look at both these planets here. We have a water planet that is at 100, that has moderate rare ores, abundant ores, common organics, extensive ruins, but is 100%. And this one in Elsbeth with bountiful farmland, so we can make food for days. Extensive ruins, common organics, is also habitable, but both of these are decivilized. So definitely, by all means, tell me what you think in the comments. I'd love to know your opinion on if Elsbeth is the way to go, or if we are in our future colony system. Once again, Elsbeth only has one stable location. This one has 3 stable locations, which will let us build a bunch of stuff here. But I think this is as good of a point as any for me to stop, because I like stopping when I have an actual question here. Plus 50% weapon hit points. That's good, but we want to get up to the plus 15% weapon damage. So this has been a really productive recording session. We found, I thought that those 200% planets, there'd be no competition, but I think there is a serious question here. Also, I got a second Heron, a 4th crew member, and apparently I probably need to get some more experience before I can hire some more crew people. But I have gotten Apogee, which is going to be my front and center ship for the time being. We got 2 Herons. We want to get some other support cruisers, whether it's an Apogee or something else. And it may be getting to the point where I may need to start phasing out the hammerheads, if I'm honest. They started pretty well for us, but we want to get Lieutenant Balak in a better ship. But I definitely want to know more about what you all think. So next time when I play this, hopefully I get some good, useful comments. Wow, where's my map? Sector map. I want to see maybe if we have an abundance of riches, and maybe this yellow star also has some ridiculous places to colonize. And then we have another yellow star to visit for a mission, and we're going to be dropping by a black hole as well. So that's it for now. This is Asher with Starsector. This is maybe one of the strongest beginnings I've ever had, and maybe that's because I have some experience in this game now and know kind of what to do. We haven't had to fight a lot, but when we have fought, we've kind of been able to kick some things' ass. I've got to get better at aiming this weapon because it's really strong. You saw it did a bunch of damage here. We can fire in 3 bursts, and we don't have to worry so much about vents and capacitors, so maybe I can change this a little bit. But I do like having an Apogee here at the start because it makes a lot of my surveying and exploring a much better here, especially because if you don't know what that 5, 10, 20, 30 breakdown means, because we're on a cruiser, we actually get required supplies reduced by 20, and we get better sensors as well. But that's cool. That's all for now. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. We'll do this again soon. Feel free to like the video if you like it, and please tell me, please in the comments, tell me if you think Adesea or Elsbeth is the way to go for a colony here. And I know some of that's going to depend on what we do around here. If I'm getting the Persian commission, maybe it's better if I go on the west side here, but I got some time to decide because I still got to raise money. We got to get 1,000,000 credits one way or another, and we're working towards there because we got some survey data. We got another pirate blueprint package to sell. Having a good time. So hope you enjoyed it. Feel free to leave your thoughts in the comments, and we'll do this again soon. This is Asher. Have a good rest of your day.